Now, what I want to pick up on
Julianne is holding me down
is
at
the
the
whole
moment.
thing about the air spaces. Because what Anne said, and she's completely correct, is that there's a world of difference in the mouth and tongue position between doing an R and an E. And that change in the tongue position changes the shape of the vocal tract air spaces. So if you think about, the tube of your voice and coming out here, it's almost like a little alien shape, isn't it? There's your tongue there. It's not just one long airspace, it's a series of interconnecting airspaces. And when we move particularly the tongue around, then we change the shape of those airspaces. And this whole thing about what we've been calling back pressure, if you think about it, you've got air in all of those spaces. That air has its own mass. Okay, so air's coming up what we call upstream, creating flow, okay, and it's creating its own pressure level, if you like, and it's hitting another mass of air. So dependent on how you change the shape in those air spaces, there might be a different sensation that the singer feels between the vowels. In fact, we all blooming well know this. Not all vowels feel the same. End of. But clearly they're not that measurable. But of course, what a good singer does do is they make an adjustment. They
Okay,
adjust other
let's
things.
talk adjustment. Right. Because interestingly, Gillian was demonstrating this to me earlier today, and I went, hang on a minute.
He said it wasn't very good.
I
So,
didn't say it wasn't very good. I actually said you're changing things and you don't realise.
yeah.
So I want to demo this because I think this is really interesting. We actually wrote this down. You can hold a vocal tract setting and change vowel. You can hold a vowel and change vocal tract setting. And I think it's the vocal tract settings that are going to make it more obvious about PTP.
So when we talk about someone having a voice quality, like I'm having a breathy voice quality right now, or if I'm doing something very plummy right now, you can still hear what I'm saying, you can still hear all the vowels, but I'm holding an overall vocal tract setting that results into a voice quality. And a vocal tract setting is different than the vowel setting.
Okay, I want a demo because I think you need to hear it. I am going to do it wrong, okay? Now, I sang 5 vowels, but they didn't have the same resonating shape or space. Now they had the same resonating shape, and I just moved enough that you could hear the different vowels. The E felt a little bit like I was working slightly harder, but once I set it up, I didn't feel any difference in the vowels. They felt exactly the same.
So your E was still E-ish enough that
Right?
we heard it as an E.
Yes. Now what I'm going to do is stay on the same vowel and change resonating shape. I'll do an because it's probably easier. Now that feels very different. That I can feel the pressure changing.
Now, if you listen,
That's all supraglottal. I'm not
yeah,
doing anything with breath flow.
and if you listen to that carefully, you can sort of hear about 4 different vowels, can't you? But if he were to sing words, you probably wouldn't hear them as different vowels because of the context in which we produce them. And if you think about it, otherwise, why could a musical theatre singer sing the same phrase as a classical singer and a CCM singer, and you would still be able to hear all the words because they use completely different vocal tract settings?
Oh, maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time I'll be lucky.
So nobody had any difficulty hearing the
No.
vowels. because the ear is very, very clever. I'm not sure if we've actually answered. I mean, the short answer to that question was research says there's no difference.
Computer says no.
Yeah. So, Anne, was that you waving? Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I see what you mean, Jeremy. If we don't alter what we do with the vowels, then yeah, we get bigger differences.
Yeah.
But also, by definition, if we're tuning to a vowel, then we're going to be tuning the formant. So we are going. That's the other part of the question.
Yeah.
We are going to be changing the relationship between the different harmonics in the voice.
You're quite right.
Yeah, you are right. And as a matter of fact, where people could go if they wanted to get off the geekiness and go into the practical would be to head to the best practice update.
Best practice updates videos 9 to 9C3.
Where we do vowel tuning.
Vowel tuning and resonance spaces.
Yeah. So, and it's good fun, and I think you find that helpful. Okay.
Oh, and also, we're about to start resonance on the accreditation programme.
Resonance
this
1
weekend.
on Sunday.
This weekend.